Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your host, Life Pastor Kyle, and this is the Journey to a Winning Anyway Life. I am overjoyed and excited about this morning. Listen, jumping back into something we did a couple of weeks ago. I was like, I have to do the part two to this. I want to get all the information out to you that I can. And that's Becoming the Real You Part 2. So here we are. As you come in, I want you to like, share, tag someone, let them know that we're on. Inbox someone, tag them, wake them up, shake them. Let them know that we're on and that you are here. Good morning, callers. I hope you're feeling better. Mr. Ricks, I hope you're feeling better. Tawanda Carr, Tawanda Carr, Jefferson Lottie, I hope you're feeling better. Deja Young, good morning. I hope y'all are ready for today. Hello, Naya. Good to see you this morning. So yeah, we have a lot going on. Keith Young in Georgia yesterday, man, amazing. And so I'm just ready for what's about to happen, y'all. It's gonna be good this morning. Laisha James, good to see you. Tawanda Jefferson say, Tawanda Lottie says, I'm feeling. Take that Jefferson off. Y'all have all these different names. It's Tawanda Carr, you been Tawanda Jefferson. Be who you gonna be. Just be Tawanda Lottie. Come on. We know your kids are gone now, so you gotta carry the name. You know, we honor your mother and you and father and all that. I have 5, 6, 7 names. Y'all change names as y'all. Come on here. Tawanda Lottie. Make people wonder who you are. Is that her? Did she get married? Sure it is. Sure it is. Good morning, T. Sakalia. Good morning, Tarika Hood. Hope y'all are well, man. Hope y'all are doing good this morning. Yeah, hope y'all are doing good. It's going to be a good day. I want to talk about this Becoming the Real You Part 2. Hello, Solomon. Good morning, sir. You're a coach as well, man. In the school format matter. Hello, Manny, Saeed. I see you as well. Geraldine, Maria Briscoe. Y'all come on in. Keep y'all a long time, but this lesson is part 2 to Becoming the Real You. It's about to get real. So hey, you know, I'm getting ready to enjoy it. I gotta make sure I'm nice because Maria's people are on here, so I want to make sure I keep this right for them. Hello, Aaron and Ashley. Yeah, let's just get into it, y'all. I'll greet them as they come in. I don't want y'all to miss what is about to happen. Yeah, get yourselves ready. Like, share, tag someone, get you some water, get your pen, turn over in your bed, wipe your eyes, get everything together. Let's get ready for this morning. You ready, Geraldine? Say, let's go. I'm ready, Geraldine. I'm ready. Again, I want to welcome you to the Journey to Winning Anyway Life. I'm your host, Life Pastor Kyle, for all things winning. And this morning, we are getting into a shape in our lives where we can know that we have to become the real us, basically becoming the real you. I see you, Joanne, say you're ready. I want to make sure you guys are ready. Hello, Emery Shelvin. People are coming in this morning, and I want to make sure you get it because we're in a passage now. We're actually in March. This is the first day of March. We already had our grace day in February, which was the 29th on a leap year. Only comes once every 4 years. Amazing day yesterday. But now we're in March. We're in the last month of this quarter already. And so you have to be ready for what's about to happen. Let's get into it, you guys. I'm ready to get into it to make sure you're well in your day. I was impressed. It was impressed upon me. Hey, Ivan, Tamisha Figaro, to go back to this beginning, Becoming the Real You Part 2. It's important. I want to finish this lesson because it's very, very important. It's very deep. You'll see where we go if you have time and you can get yourselves ready. When you talk about becoming, it's the time that we focus on being the real you more than the you that you had to create to be the mother, the wife, the friend, the co-worker, the help, the listening ear. Hey, Kenneth Davis, the all these things. And there's a difference in you in people getting the best of you or the real you versus people getting the made up you that you had to become. Hello, Mr. Holloway, to become to help other people. Hello, Brittany. It is important to us to come back and find the real you and become the real you. There's a you that you've created to have to deal with all these capacities of life. As y'all say about different people wear many hats. Hello, Mabel. Good morning. That you have to wear for the grandkids and for the kids, a different hat for the kids, a different hat for the husband, a different hat for your career, a different hat for your job, a different hat to be a listening ear for your friends, a different hat for all these things. And then when it comes time to find out who you are, you don't even understand who you have become because you've juggled so many hats. Did y'all get that? And I want to get you to a place where you become the real you again, where you're comfortable in just being you. And for all those people and things, the you that you have made yourself, not because of them, but because of who you are, the you is enough. Anybody get that? Good God Almighty. The you is enough. You has to be enough. The you that you already are has to be enough. So it's the time we need to focus on the real you more. And it's not based on others' life, but based on what needs you have that gets your full attention. Hey, Mr. Blunt. Oh, that's Trey. Hey, Trey, what's going on? And so based on what needs your full attention in your life, there are some things in your life that need your full attention. You got it? Yeah, that's it, Twanda. Your you, yes, your you is enough. You don't need to become other things for other people anymore. Your you has to be enough, which means all of who you are, all of who you become, all of who you've been through has to be enough. And so we talked about it. When you only get there when you start making authentic choices. When you start making, hey, Andrea Thomas, when you start making authentic choices that align with your true self. The choices have to align with your true self. Now, don't get it twisted. On the journey, you will be corrected, you will be coached, you will be shown, you will learn, and you will realize that even though you're making authentic choices, you will have to be pushed into making better choices because some choices you make will be based off of who, hey, Vanessa, off who you have become because of other people. Some choices you will make off pain that you were given or dealt with other people. Some situations you will deal with will be because of what life has dealt you with other people. And so even if you make your most authentic choice, when you surround yourself with the right people, they will give you course correction to help even your authentic choice become your best choice. Y'all got it? Which means you have to trust somebody outside yourself. Got it? I'm going. So then when your authentic choices align with your true self, then everything else falls into place. And this is the key. The key is you have to embrace vulnerability. You have to embrace vulnerability. It's difficult, but you have to embrace it. You have to embrace to the point as a strength and not as I'm being weak, I'm open, I'm exposed. No, I'm in a place in my life where I've surrounded myself with people where I can be not weak, but I can be open when I embrace vulnerability. Did y'all get that? Once you begin to embrace vulnerability in your life and surround yourself in places and atmospheres and people, then you'll realize that you can do it properly. And it's refreshing to not have to hide. It's refreshing to not have to put on. Come on, Geraldine. It's refreshing to not have to worry about what people think or feel because the people around you are comfortable making sure that you're good. And so you embrace being vulnerable as a strength and not as a weakness, which allows others to see, hey, Takashi Haynes, the real you. Hello, Raquel. And so when people can see the real you, then you can keep moving in the direction in which it is that you're becoming the real you. But that also means you have to trust someone more than you trust your own reasoning. I got to go. This is going to be so good. You have to trust someone more than you trust your own reasoning. And the reason why I say it that way is because it could be your parents, it could be your pastor, it could be your coach, it could be your friend. How do you know who to be vulnerable with? Lester Blunt, you know, Trey, you know who to be vulnerable with. People who are trustworthy, people who have proven to be trustworthy. And in this state, it has to be people who have already excelled a little beyond you in some reasons. The reason why you have to be around people who have excelled a little bit beyond you, because they're the only people that have the reason or the rhyme or the understanding to be able to correct you and give you course correction. Y'all going ahead of me. I'm not going to go there. Here we go. It could be your parents. It could be your pastor. It could be your coach. It could be your teacher. It could be a supervisor, or it could be a trusted, successful friend. Now, hear me well. When I say successful friend, I do not always mean in business. Tarika Hood, watch this. I do not always mean successful in business because sometimes people can just be successful in handling life. Y'all got quiet on me. I don't see the line not moving. Nobody's typing. Sometimes people are just successful at handling life. They may not have a bunch of money. They may not be debt free, but they are successful in handling life. And whenever you find people who are successful in handling life, there's wisdom there. You hear me, Ivan? There's wisdom. Come on, man. I'm trying to go. I'm trying to get to my lesson. I'm still in part 1 reviewing becoming the real you. That there is a blessing in it. And this is where the process of acceleration in your life begins to happen. Here we go, Deja. This is where the process of acceleration begins to happen because you get to tap into the wisdom of somebody or someone who's already been where you're going or who has expertise or wisdom in where you're going. And when you realize this, there's some things about you that you can surpass and get over. Let me give you the positive things. Y'all say I don't speak positive. I'm always correcting everybody. Let me give you some positive things to help you spiritually so y'all won't say I'm just out here jumping on the coach pad. You know what I'm saying? He's a pastor. If you're going to be a coach or a pastor, I'm going to be everything God needs me to be for the people who I cover and the people who come in contact with me. I'm going to draw them to Christ one way or another. So here are the things you have to realize about yourself. Here it is. Number 1, I'm going to help y'all. Just listen real quickly. Number 1, you tell yourself in the morning, I have the mind of Christ. I have the mind of Christ. And you don't stress about it. Number 2, I'm just running through them. Number 2, no weapon formed can touch me. It may be formed. It said formed against you shall prosper, which means no weapon that has my name on it. It belongs to me, but it can't touch me because that's who I am in Christ. Number 3, tell yourself in the morning, I am blessed as I'm becoming the real me. Hey, Canvas Book of Sap. We got to get our 2024 in. I am blessed. Y'all got it? Number 4. I am a blessing to others. Watch this. I may not be a blessing to everyone, but I am a blessing to someone. Got it? Number 5, y'all love this one. Everything I do prospers. If I stay in it long enough, it will prosper and bless me. And that's what you have to do. You have to push it because I'm pushing you somewhere because as you're becoming the real you, you're going to have some days that are not so good. And you have to keep declaring and decreeing this in your life and over your life. Listen, there are 34 of you on here, only 25 of you. I want all of you to take the time right quick while you're brushing your teeth. Take the clean hand and send up some hearts or some put like thumbs or love on here that we can know that you were here. I need this. I need that. We know that you're here. There are 35 on here. Only 26 have loved or liked it. Just send me the thumb. If you don't want to comment, that's fine. Just send me the thumb. But I'm pushing you because there's a state in life that you get to where when you're doing everything right, seems like winning is not working. And what do you do when winning is not working? Seems like. Here's what you do. Here's simply what you do. Number 1, you decide not to quit. I'm going quickly. You decide, I don't care what it looks like. I know, hey, Eric Trotman, I know what I've put into it. I know what I've invested. I know what seeds I've sown. And so I'm expecting the harvest. I decide not to quit. That's the only way to become the real you. You have to put the pressure on yourself. Get to know what you can handle and what you cannot handle. You got it? Number 2, you have to rest in humility. Come on, Emery Shelvin. Come on. You have to rest in humility. Come on, Canvas. Rest in humility. You know what you put in it. I know who I am. Come on, Carlos. And I know what I'm expecting. So you rest in humility that it's not going to be me that do it. It's going to be God. So I'm becoming the real me. Here's number 3. You have to admit and accept reality. I've judged so many people the last year and the last 2 years on this kind of stuff. When I know the reality, but I don't, I'm used there. People are used to me. Come on, Brittany. People are used to me talking too much, exposing what I know. Man, if I expose what I know right now, There'll be a war. I've learned how not to expose what I know, because what I know is not for everybody. And I've become, let me see how to say this, Manny. I've become so much of myself to where there are some exposures that are unnecessary. It's gonna do what it does, and I'm still gonna be at peace. At my age, I'm not seeking influence. I'm seeking peace. Hey, Alicia James. And so number three, you have to admit and accept reality. You got to admit and accept reality. Hey, Sarah Price, good to see you. Then number 4, you have to maintain your faith no matter what you do. No matter what goes on, you have to maintain your faith no matter what. And when you maintain your faith mentally, spiritually, naturally, emotionally, relationally, then you'll no longer waste energy on your past. You'll stop pushing, trying to get the past to conform. Bible says, be not conformed to this world, be ye transformed. So here's the deal. I would rather I conform to my own life and be transformed for the rest of my life than to waste my energy on the past that I'm trying to get to conform. I will no longer waste my energy on my past. It hinders me from becoming the real me because it makes me waste energy behind me. I'd rather use my energy to prepare for my future. So how do I do that? Here we go, Canvas. I allow life to push me forward. You got it, Lester? I allow life to push me forward. Life will push you forward or push you back, but you have to be determined which direction you're going in. I'm helping Gerald. Thank you. I'm doing the best I can. I'm flying through here. I got things. This is Friday. It's Friday, and I want to make sure the Bluetooth works today. Got all kind of stuff. Anyway, y'all, that's not y'all, but y'all get it later. So here's where I encourage you. Here's where I encourage you on the path to becoming the real you. Number 1, this is for people who are listening who need notes. You don't just need talk, you need notes. Thank 38 of you on here. Thank you so much, y'all, for like, sharing, and tagging. Listen, here's what you need. You need to invest an hour and listen to the word of God. I promise you. You need to get it on your phone, get it wherever you get it from. Get it on YouTube, listen to prayer, whatever it is. You have to listen to the word of God. But then while you're doing that, break it up. Spend 15 minutes in listening to whatever it is that has, watch this. When you're making me mess up. When you're in the car and you're going somewhere, you either have to read the GPS, Cam's Book of Sap, or you have to listen to it. Okay? You have to read it or listen to it in order to know where you're going. Okay? Invest 45 minutes in the word of God, but you need to invest 15 minutes concerning, watch this, the location of your dreams and your answers. Oh my God, that was good. Michelle, you have to take about 15 to 20 minutes to listen. Just focus on listening to the location of your dreams and your answers. I have an expectation for people who get up and take notes and send me notes from these lives I do. I have a different expectation for them than I do for those that get on and say good morning and lay the phone in them beside the bed or lay the phone in the room while they walk around and come back and say something I said. And then I know they haven't heard it because their next problem becomes what I've already taught. Because after the teacher or God or life, whatever, good morning, Shay, God gives you the lesson. He always gives you a quiz. And when the quiz comes, I know who've taken time to hear the experience that we just had on the live. I also know who has knowledge and who has wisdom. People can repeat what you say and say what you say, but when they can't apply what you say, then they have no results of what you said. So again, number 1, invest time in hearing the word of God, and then invest 15 or 20 minutes on just focusing on the location of your dream and your answer. You want to hear it. You want to hear it in your head. You want to hear, this is how I'm going to do this. Number 2, I gave to you a long time ago. I pulled this out from somewhere. Allow your dead dreams of yesterday to die. Allow it to die. It was yesterday. Don't continue to push toward goals that are already dead. And don't continue to push people whose time have expired. Don't push people who are pushing back. That's not good energy. Energy is when we push, we all push together. But when somebody's pushing back against you, then you're wasting energy. Why would you say it like that? Because here's Bible. The Bible says this. Isaiah 43 says, remember ye not the former things. It means there's a time in my life I have to forget about what yesterday was. Neither consider the things of old. Get rid of my legalism, my traditions, and all that. Behold, I will do a new thing. Shall ye not know it? He said, I'm going to do something new. You won't even know it because you're stuck looking back. I'll make rivers in the desert, water in your dry place. In other words, I'm going to give you what you need ahead of you, but you can't keep focusing on what's behind you. That's number 2. Number 3. You ready? I'm giving you coaching now. Becoming the real you. You have to focus so much on you that you trust your dream even when others don't. Yeah. You trust your dream even when others don't. Sometimes they won't trust it because it's not for them, and they won't understand because it's not their dream. You got it? Okay, I feel a coaching moment. But the problem is most of you have a dream, but you yourself have not awakened. You've not woke up. What do you mean? You can talk a good story, but you yourself don't sell me anything that you haven't sold to yourself. You must be superly convinced that it works before you sell it to me. Or else for me, it's called rubbish. It's just you trying to get the dollar versus you trying to help me get what I need. Don't sell me anything that you have not first sacrificed yourself for. Sacrifice is given, or yeah. Number four. I got to go because some of y'all get ready for work. Number 4. Hey, Cynthia, remain stable. Stop being wishy-washy. Stop being wishy. When people tell you that, don't get offended. Ask them where and how. Because people see you from a different, people see you from the perception that you give, not always the one that you intend. You know, I was trying, that's not what happened. I don't need your excuse. One day you spoke, one day you didn't. One day you act funny, one day you smile, one day you want to play. You're unstable. And you want to get that straight before you regret it when you need the person who you have given the wrong perception to, and they're no longer available. Hey, Latrice Watts, good to see you. Wyatt. What's up, Sydney? Number 5. I'm going to number one. Invest in hearing the word, and also invest time in locating your dreams and answers. That's by hearing words on it, hearing process for it. Number 2, let dead dreams die. Get ready for the new. Number 3, trust your dreams even when others don't. Y'all got it? Number 4, remain stable. Remain stable. Find your level of stability and stay there. Don't go above it. Trying to impress people, don't drop before it. God bless you, Dr. Justin Thomas. It's just my morning coaching, man. I'm trying to stay at the prophet realm this morning. Y'all be getting me. They be getting me. Then remain stable. Find your stable line. You got it. Come on, canvas. Find your stable line. Don't go below it and don't go above it trying to impress people. Remain you. Remain you. Number 5. Y'all ready? Number 5? If you're ready, just type ready, please. There are 40 of you on here. If you're really ready, because I'm going to go into something and we're going to cross over. Come on. Go. Please. Just type ready. Okay, I see you. Listen. I see the readies. Number 5. Watch this, Trey. Solomon, watch this. Brittany, watch this. Y'all ready? Learn to be exclusive. It's a coaching point. Learn to be exclusive. Let me calm down. Let me take this down and calm down completely. Avoid intimate relationships with people who don't understand being exclusive. I'll say it backwards. Avoid relationships with people who have to always tell what they do with you, because technically it's because they don't feel that they're important. So by them not feeling that they're important, their only level of being important is to tell people that they've been with somebody who is. Okay? You have to learn to be exclusive. Learn that some people don't have to expose everything. It's not a secret. It's just not immature people's. I didn't say that right. I was gonna say it real crazy. It's not just. It's not for immature people. You got it. And I'm not talking about intimacy as in sex. I'm talking about period. Stop discussing everything you discuss with people with other people who wasn't in the discussion. I had this habit that I used to always say, I'm just talking to you and only you. I say, why you say that? I say, because I know that when trouble comes and situations happen and people feel alone, people will share your trusted information with other people you don't trust to get those people to trust them. And you'll find out that they spreaded your business everywhere because they aren't trusted and they're trying to get people to trust them. So they're telling people things that the person know that they shouldn't even be talking about. But because of the fact they want to be trusted by people who don't trust them, they give them personal trusted information. And so you'll realize that you aren't exclusive at all. You aren't a private company. You being publicly traded. Did I say that right for the business people? You aren't a private company. You're being publicly traded. What it means is you thought you were loving on people in a certain way, and they're in little bands and little groups and cliques going around talking. So everybody has their own perception of the same word that's being said. And the perception is incorrect because the person who took it didn't take it in trust. They took the word because they needed something to make their insecure self feel secure. And so they took that and they ran to other people to give themselves camaraderie or power. And so then you have to fight through this battle of becoming the real you because you keep seeing these false perceptions of you pop up. But if you remain stable and pay attention, you will know exactly where it came from. Because everyone's perception and communication levels are different. Everybody's unique. I know if someone comes to me and say, that was that and that was this, they're using D's for T's, I know where it came from because I know the conversation. If it comes from a place where it makes a person seem like they're bold and overbearing and hard on everybody, I know where it came from. If you come from a person that says they never give you an answer, they only give you a bunch of questions and blah, 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 I know where it came from. But let me help you out. You have to learn to be exclusive. You have to learn to be exclusive. Because everyone is not for everyone. Number 6. I got to go, y'all. Got me out here. Number 6. You have to expect change on your winning journey. And let me tell you why. Your present knowledge, your present feelings, your present opinions, your wisdom, your understanding, your relationships, everything in your life will change. Everything in your life will change. What I know now at 53, I didn't know at 43. I wish I did. I didn't know at 43. And what I knew at 43, I didn't know at 27. But now that I know, everything changes. And so sometimes, here we go. Let's coach a little bit. Sometimes you will need help. You will need people in your life who can see the bigger picture even when you can't. It's for you, Trey. Where you at? You'll need your mother. You'll need your father. You'll need your pastor. Why would you say that? Because you need people to see the bigger picture even when you can't. When you were in CDL school, you had to submit all what you thought you knew. You had to dumb down, come down, shut up, listen, and learn from the people who had the answers for where you were going. Now that you've shown yourself submitted and committed to the process, you learn what they gave you, and now you have a certificate called a CDL because of the fact that you took the process and you learned it. It didn't take anything from you. It actually added to you. Hey, Crystal Burton, this day people don't like accountability because they think they already know. And I let people go where they already know. I told you, you have to trust someone more than you trust your own insight. You have to trust their oversight. You got it? Their oversight oversees what you see going on in. Let me help somebody. It's like you almost have to, and some people, it could be your mother, could be your father, could be your pastor, could be your friend, could be anybody, could be a boss, could be anybody that you feel have the understanding that you need to get to. Got it? It could even be a therapist. Okay. It could be a therapist. When you build vulnerability, it's created by trust. It's created by having a peace of mind. And you'll have it even in turmoil. When struggles are happening, you still have a level of vulnerability because you built yourself an atmosphere of people or places you go when things are tough. And the reason why you have to continue to have it, because when you have ego or pride, it won't let you see how wrong you really are, normally until it's too late. So you have to have someone. Then there are people who don't trust preachers, pastors, coaches, parents, supervisors. They don't trust anybody because their pride and ego says, I have to have someone who's clinically proven and I understand it. I need somebody who's is a master in psychology before I open up and become vulnerable enough to receive help. Here is the problem. Different people have different needs. Are y'all with me still? I got 43 now. So if you would stop trying to self-diagnose yourself as if you know how to fix you, because if you did know how to fix you, then you would not be in the situation that you're in now. That's why becoming the real you takes somebody outside of you. Nothing is wrong with doing therapy. If you want to do therapy, but you have to do it correctly. You have to do therapy correctly, because if you do it correctly, 90% of the session is not supposed to be about other people you're talking about. Therapists and real counselors never lead you on gossip sessions. Real therapists and real counselors show you you. Most people don't want a real prophet, a coach, or real therapist because they don't want to see themselves. Good morning, Tonita. They don't want to see themselves. Therapists don't lead you on gossip sessions. They don't lead you talking about people that make you feel better about your insecurity. You still remain insecure. Real therapists and real counselors or real coaches will always show you in-depth things about yourself. If they're not showing you about you, then what happens is you leave the therapist session after weeks and months saying it's everyone else's fault. That means you didn't do it right. Come on, let's talk. There's no way you can consistently go to a session after weeks and months and years and you're still disconnected. Hey, Barbara. You still, Barbara says with me, and you're still disconnected from the conversation. You still don't trust the therapist fully because you haven't told them the truth about who you really are. You still are going out having the same situations. You're still having the same problem with no results. You don't communicate better. You still shutting down. You still break down. You still don't talk. You still aren't submitted. You're not going to a therapist. You're paying somebody to listen to you because you don't feel secure enough for people to listen to you. So you rather pay somebody $150 an hour to listen to you talk about what's going on in your mind while you absolutely do nothing about it at all, because that session is for the lazy and for the procrastinator. When that happens, most of the time, when the therapist lets you continue to attend those kind of sessions too long, it's because of the fact that either they love your money or it's because the therapist is enabling you. Normally, the only people they enable are people who are paying well. The second reason why most therapists, because see, for me as a coach, it's frustrating to repeat the same thing over and over again because I am a results person. So it's frustrating to repeat the same thing over and over and over with the same person. That means you're not doing the work. You come into my office and you're talking about it, but you're going out lying and I see the results. Normally when a person or a coach, whether it's when you ask people, why did you become a therapist? And they tell you, because nobody was there for somebody in my life and nobody listened to me. They only became a therapist to listen. Here's what happens. Normally, if you don't do the homework to find out who they are and backtrack them and do the background work, a therapist, a coach, a pastor, a friend, whoever you talk to, whoever you get your help from, normally they will only enable you because they've not done the work in their own life. That's why when people come to talk about me, they end up getting switched around. Say, how'd you switch that on me like that? Because here's the reason why. I was able to quickly switch it because of the fact I realized how you're listening, how you're answering. You have not done the work in your own life. You should be on the couch and I should be getting paid. I'm only paying you because you went to school and got a paper. But if you can't apply what you went to school for, then you're not helping me become the real me. You're really burying me inside of my nothingness versus pulling out of me what I know is in me, but I don't know how to get it out. And I trusted you to do so. Watch this. Here we go, Canvas. Giving direction involves providing guidance on how to reach a destination. You know, go straight, you'll see the Walmart, continue straight, you'll see the Beltway, then turn right. So I'm giving you landmarks on how to get to the destination. That's direction. I'm giving you direction. But when I give you instructions, I tell you to go to the first light, turn left. You're going to pass a second light. I'm going to give you the steps it will take. A lot of people in your life can give you instructions, but they can't give you the steps. And the reason why most people can't give you the steps because they've never been that way. They've never been that way. They have much knowledge, but no wisdom. Directions tell you which way to go. Got it? They give you guidance. Instructions give you in-depth choices to make on the journey and a precise way to go. It goes a little deeper. And that's what you have to do when it's time to become the real you. You have to reconstruct the real you. Y'all ready? Oh, I'm having fun this morning. Here are the 5 steps. I'm going to give you 5 more steps to becoming the real you, then I'm done. How about that? I promise. 5 steps. I'm going to run. Here we come, Sydney. I'm on the way to you this evening, on the way to you pretty soon. Listen, here's how you really become the real you when you are trying to get out of the old you. I got to help you. The old you is not bad. The old you is not messed up. The old you is just not your best you. And the best you needs to come out of the real you. You got it? Here we go. Number 1. Here's how you become the real you. Here are the steps to becoming the real you. By reconstructing honesty in your life. What's that? By reconstructing honesty in your life. You got it? Here's how you reconstruct honesty. As you mature, and check those around you, as you mature, you should become more understanding than judgmental. Thank you, Brittany. I'm coming. I'm going to help you. I'm slowing down so I can really help right here, so I can coach. You got it? As you mature, you should become more understanding than judgmental. Let me show you what I mean. Dog, y'all pulling on the prophet. I feel you. When I was a kid, I wondered why my mom didn't let me go to every party. Why she didn't let me go to the bazaar at the Catholic Church. The kids said how? Because as you mature, you have to apply what you learn. My mom did. I'm gonna tell you now, Maria. To tell your kids, I'm coming to school when they're ready. Listen, as you mature, you become more understanding. It's like tell your kids, hey kids, listen, young people, listen. If you see your brother go outside while there's traffic, you would run and grab your brother and pull your brother or sister back in the house. Or if y'all go to play and your brother run toward the freeway or sister, you go pull them back because you know as a kid you wanted to do it. But then as a young adult, not even grown yet, you know you can't let them play in the traffic, so you go pull them back. It's the same thing your parents do when they don't want to see you get into something that might be dangerous for you. They're trying to pull you back even though you don't see it yet. Let's back up for us personally. As you mature, my mom used to tell me you can't go do this, you can't go do that, you shouldn't do this, you have to go to church, you got to go to class. She told me all these things at the time, young people in class and everywhere else. I would be frustrated because I wanted to do what I saw other people do. Now that I'm older, I'm 53 now. I know I look good. I know, it's okay. Well, as I got older, but as around 45, 40, I called her and said, Mom, I want to thank you for not letting me do what they did, because some of them are no longer even alive. You saw something in me that you protected, which means you become more understanding than judgmental. I know the maturity of people when everything they say to you is always correcting or something negative. Let's talk about it. It means every time I see you, you only thing you say to me is, this is not right, or this is not wrong, or this is not right, or this should have been that, or every conversation is that person trying to judge something. Number one, because it gives them a right to have conversation with you. Number two, they only do those kind of things because they want to seem as if they're important and they know. And sometimes it's dangerous because they want to seem as if you made a mistake and they can correct you, or they seem as if they're equal to what it is until you explain why you did what you did. And now they realize they never went to any place because of something that they knew. Being grown, I'll go back. So as you mature, you become more understanding of why things are the way they are and not judgmental of how you want it. Let me just throw this out. A lot of people don't like how I pastor because they themselves have a negative foundation as a root. Ask me to explain. I bet I can. Come on, ask me to explain. Please ask me to explain. I bet you I can. I don't like how you pastor. Minister Ricks, you don't like the characteristics or traits and sometimes how I have to pastor. But nobody dislikes the car, the house, the promotion, the job, the husband, the wife, the vacation, the relationship, the money, the seed. No one looks at any of that. They only see what they don't like and want to complain about what they don't like. And here's the problem people are going to have, Gerald and Shelvin. Once you come into an understanding, you owe that attitude an apology. I did it to my mom. I called and said, Mom, I want to apologize for how crazy I was and how tripping I was, because I understand now what you were saying and I appreciate you. You can't have an attitude even in worship and think nobody knows it. And then when you realize why it was done and what it was, and sometimes you may never know because it's not your calling. Because being grown is not being right all the time. It's accepting that you may not be right all the time. Being grown means I can be right, but it may not be what's best. You got it? Being grown simply means I can be right. You got it? But it may not be what's best. Sean Speaks said, I apologize. See, we were in a prayer session and she was telling me all these things. It was so funny. And I was telling her, she said, I can't say that. I was like, why not? You got to speak over yourself. And people don't feel it's important to apologize because the devil will tell them, well, they ain't apologized when this happened. But here's the deal. If you never had a conversation with the person and you never told them, and you're holding them accountable for something that you never told them, then you're in witchcraft. You're in witchcraft because what you're doing now is you hold somebody accountable. You're holding somebody accountable for something they don't know. And you want them, and you want to assume that they know, and you're holding them accountable, and you have an ungodly attitude, disrespect, and dishonor toward them. You got it? Dishonor toward them because of what they don't know. You are fooling with witchcraft, and you don't even know it. And it's not going to hinder them. It's going to only hinder you. Witchcraft is going to only hinder you. Yeah. You didn't tell them. You didn't talk to them. You just base your opinion on how you felt. And then got an attitude on how you felt. And you think they don't see it. Let me tell you something people see. People know thorns after you've shown them roses. Y'all missing it. When you show me roses, I've smelled how wonderful they are and how beautiful they are and how red they are. I know when there are no roses and no smell and only thorns. And if you think that a person that's a prophet that's detailed as I am don't see it, I know it's thorns. And so what I do is I take my hands off of you. And I don't care if you start to bud again. What I know up under the bud is there are thorns. So I still keep my hands off of you because it's not your season. So you have to reconstruct honesty in your life, because if you don't, you will lie to yourself so much where you end up. Here is what reprobate is. Reprobate is when God lets you believe that you're right and all you're wrong, which means it's difficult to get back. Y'all done made me go over my time. Jesus. He lets you think you're right and all you're wrong. He lets you think you are totally right and all you're wrong. Now, does that mean you're not wrong? I hear somebody. What about when you're wrong, Pastor? I hear you. I hear you being my judge and jury. Thank you so very much. Listen, when I'm wrong, then God corrects me and I get it right. Again, I'll say it again. It's not a secret. Some things are just not your business. So I get it right with God. How you know? When God starts blessing and changing and growing and maturing and getting me to be more understanding and not judgmental, then I know God is with me. Number two, man, maybe I'll come on. Number two, you have to practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Be kind toward yourself. Things are already difficult in life. Be kind to yourself. You have to continue to know that even though you have issues, that you're still worthy of love and acceptance right where you are. Even though you've been disobedient, you're still worthy of love and acceptance right where you are if you're willing to reconstruct to honesty and admit. It doesn't just happen because you talk. There are things out of order. You have to get those things in order. Practice self-compassion. So you have to love yourself right where you are. Number three, I got 5 and I'm done. Number 3, seek authentic, verified connections. Got it? When you surround yourself with people who, how do I say it? You surround yourself with people who accept you and support you the way you are, but also will not let you remain the way you are because of who they are. English. I love and support people right where they are, but I don't let them remain where they are because of who I am. I'm always going to push. I'm always going to not correct sometimes, but readjust. I'm always going to show you options and better ways. I'm always going to be open. I'm always going to go back and forth to give you clarity, to get wisdom, understanding. I'm always going to be there for you. And if that is not the kind of person you want in your life, then you are stuck. Because if you don't want a person in your life to have an opinion, have a better opinion, have a different opinion, show you where they see the wrong could happen, show you these things, then you are a control freak. I'm trying to keep from calling you witches in this season because that controlling spirit turns to rebellion. You rebel from having the thing that God sends for you or the people that God sends, even though all of them may not be saved. It may be a boss at work. But when you rebel, rebellion is as the sin of witchcraft. It eventually turns into you thinking you know God better than everybody else for your whole life. And God said, ain't the order I set up. That's why I gave you parents. So they could raise you. Then I made you a parent so you could raise the next generation. And what you're going to do is raise them to not trust and need anybody, thinking you're the only one that they need. Good morning, Mama Brian. Then you wake up and they'll realize this world does not revolve on being alone. No man is an island. No man stands alone. Number 4, you have to practice self-expression. You have to seek to communicate in more than one way. Got it? You have to seek to communicate in more than one way. It can't just be a conversation or argument. No, it has conversation, argument, intimacy, passion, talks, uh, flowers, touch, like the 5 love languages. I told y'all we're going to do it one time because most people master their love language. Most people master their own. That's the most strangest thing in the world. Because you love something, that's what you give. That's the open door to somebody else in any relationship. Because if you don't master what you have, somebody else already has. Watch this. If your love language is, I don't know what they are. Give me a love language, y'all. Hurry up. Give me a love language. I have one more to go. Give me 2 love languages. Hurry, y'all. I don't know what they are off the top of my head. That book is it's on my shelf, hid behind this green screen. Come on. Give me a love language, somebody. The computer's probably behind, but I'll get one in just a minute and I'll help you out. Okay, affirmation. Okay, good. One says acts of service and one says affirmation. So watch this. So if you master affirmations and you telling this person all they want to hear, but the other person her love language is acts of service, guess what? While you telling her what she want to hear, somebody else going to be giving her what she want. You missed it. What do you mean? Because you mastered acts of service. Because it's what you, affirmation is because it's what you like. That's when you're being selfish. That's not love. That's immature selfishness. When you master what you like, you should be mastering what they like. That's what shows them that you love them. So you're supposed to be mastering, what y'all say it was, acts of service. So here's the deal. So while that person at work or wherever is giving them acts of service, it's opening another door for intimacy because you're giving them what you want and complaining about what you're not getting because you're giving them what you want. And you wonder why you're not getting what you want because you're not giving them what they want. You got to become the real you and decide if you're going to practice self-expressions. You got to seek to communicate more than one way. Because if you communicate only one way in talk and playing, talk, laughter, and silence, then you're going to seem simple to versatile people. You're going to seem simple to people who communicate. What's funny is we lie. Go back to honesty. You lie. Let's talk. In relationships, you say you don't communicate because you don't like the way it's going. But you go to work and prostitute yourself out for a certain amount of dollars an hour, and they talk to you crazy, and you listen to it, and you take it, and you give explanation, and you go back and complete the task. And then you go home and say, you're not going to deal with that. You're not honest with yourself, and you've not valued the big picture, that your job is simply the source that God uses, but your home is the thing that you've chosen to submit to God. Y'all got quiet. I'm a different beast now. You can't say, when this happens in relationship, this is what you do. Because then my question is that what you do when the boss does you like that? And the reason why you don't do the boss like that is you have a certain level of respect for the boss because they pay your bills, and you don't have respect for the person that wash your clothes, male or female. So you have to practice self-expression. You have to do better becoming the real you. You shouldn't be the same person you were 10 years ago. If you're the same person you were 10 years ago, then therapy ain't gonna help you. You need God. Here's the last point and I'm done. I got me way over time. Golly, man. Number 1, reconstruct the honesty in your life. You're gonna need that. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Number 3, seek authentic, verified connections, people who you're around who won't let you remain the way you are because of who they are. They're genuine people who love people. Now, if you're going to judge them, I don't like this they do, I don't like that they do, I just can't be around them. That's cool. But make sure you don't need them because they're not going to be available because the people who need them are going to take up all their time. In this next season, trust me, I see God already. Practice self-expression, being able to express yourself in any and every situation, and knowing that confrontation does not always mean that it's bad. Does not always mean it's difficult. Confrontation means we don't agree right now. Right now. And that's the reason to have conversation. Number 5, last one, and I'm done. To become the real you, you must live in alignment. That means I must keep working on myself every day. I must never feel like I've made it, I've arrived, or I'm there. I must live my life in alignment. I must work to keep my choices, my actions, my goals, my values, and my beliefs in alignment with what God's designed for my life. Okay, I'm sorry, coaching. Let me go back. I got to keep my choices, my actions, my core values, and my beliefs in alignment with my life goals and not my task. Explain that real quick. Most people like to do things in front of people that get them hand claps right now. But then when the time is up, it doesn't do anything in your future. A task is something you do on your way to achieve a goal. Most people focus on task too much, and they have no goals met, no goals set. They're not reaching for anything. So when you live in alignment, you have to see the goal and then put all your tasks. Your tasks are the footsteps from the goal to where you are, and from where you are to the goal. And so you have tasks that you meet so you know that you're on target with your goal. Most people have a lot of tasks to feel important, but they have no goals. And when they reach something, they make it a goal. Oh, this was good. I achieved this. What is the goal that was set? What did that do? So you have to keep your choices, your actions, your core values, and your beliefs in alignment with your goals, not your tasks. Tasks are small. They're good. They're on the way. But you have to start now looking at your goals. This is how you start shedding all the negative things to become the real you. When we buy onions, my wife bought onions, they have this thin layer on it. You have this little twig on the top and then all this little thin layer. Before she does anything, she starts peeling the little bit of layer. And then once she sees the smooth line, she decides how she wants to cut based on what she's cooking. Sometimes she cuts against the grain, with the grain. It depends on what you're going to use it for. It's time to start shedding the outer shell of you. And watch this, as an onion, it may even cause some tears. But at the end of it, at least you'll see clearly in becoming the real you. Listen, I want to encourage you. Don't waste no more of your time. We're already in March. We're coming to the first quarter of the year. Some of you have not reached a goal as of yet because you have not set a goal. You've just been happy about being in the new year. It's not the new year until the end of March, almost to April this year because of the leap year. It's not the new year until the end of March to April. Normally it would be March, like 9th, 10th, or 11th. Will be the beginning of months, and some you're supposed to do in the first of the months. New Year was not January. It was March according to what God's going to do. You're still in place for what God, end of March, still in place for what God wants to do in your life. And I know it's going to be difficult because that's what life is right now. It's going to be a struggle, but you can still become the real you. Listen, if you need help, you need somebody to talk to, it costs, but you need somebody to coach you, to help you, to push you in life. We don't start at clap your hands. We start at shed those tears, get it over with, get it done, and move forward, because that is a winning life for you. And you know how I say it. No matter what happens in your life, I don't care if it was this year, last year, 20 years ago, what happens in your life, know this, you can win anyway. But you have to become the real you. You can't keep being somebody else and expect God to do the significant in your life. You have to deal with the real you. This is Life Pastor Kyle signing out, telling you, you can win if you become the real you. God bless. We'll see you soon. Peace.